Hello, everyone. Thank you for joining us today, and we appreciate you being here. Welcome to the Virtual College Fair for all Virginia students, sponsored by the Virginia Association of Collegiate Registrars and Admissions Counselors and StriveScan. We appreciate you being here today and are excited to share 5 wonderful colleges with you. Just a few housekeeping announcements before we get started. You can use the Q&A button on your screen to type your questions to our presenters at any time. We highly encourage you to use this feature to connect with the counselors. Your cameras and microphones are turned off, so the panelists cannot see or hear you. This is also just one of many different sessions happening, so be sure to check out the full schedule at strivescan.com/Virginia. This presentation is also being recorded and will be available within about a week at the same website for you to view, as well as all the other sessions. With that being said, I'd like to turn it over now to our presenters, and we're going to start with our first university, the University of Mary Washington.
All right. Thank you guys so much for joining me today. I apologize if you hear a little bit of background noise. It seems this time is the exact moment some construction has started, so hopefully it's nice and quiet. But just to quickly kind of introduce Mary Washington and myself, I'm the admissions counselor. I work with students in the state of Virginia as well as some other states. I also am an alum of Mary Washington, so I can kind of talk from that perspective as well. Us alums love to share news about our university. And so just to kind of jump right in, Mary Washington is a small to medium-sized liberal arts institution in the state of Virginia. We're about 50 miles north of Richmond and about 50 miles south of Washington, D.C. So we're in a really nice location in Fredericksburg. Fredericksburg is really kind of a smaller college town. It's a very historic area. There are so many different places to go check out, whether that's the beautiful Rappahannock River, where you can sit out and enjoy the views, go tubing, kayaking, or whether you're kind of downtown shopping or even just on our beautiful campus. There's so much to kind of see, even in our immediate area. But if you do want a little bit more hustle and bustle, you can, of course, always hop on the train and get into Washington very, very easily. We have a campus of about 4,200 students, and we have them coming from all over the state, of course, and all over the country, and even all over the world. We do have a fair number of international students every single year as well. One of my favorite things about Mary Washington was definitely the small class sizes. We have an average class size of about 19 students, so you're really getting individualized attention, and we have an even smaller student to faculty ratio. So you're not going to be one of 200 people sitting in a classroom. You're actually going to get to know your faculty members and your peers quite well. We have really kind of small class sizes. Even when you get up to higher level courses, you might find that 19 could even turn to 9. I had a senior level seminar that had 9 of us. So there's so many different opportunities for undergraduate research, especially for science majors. 2 of our most popular majors are biology and chemistry because of the ability for undergraduate research and the funding and opportunities even abroad that we have for our students. We also have a lot of students coming to us for education as well as business. And education is important to us because we were founded as a women's teachers college, and the state of Virginia has a shortage of teachers. So we're working really hard to fill that gap and educate the best next generation of teachers. We also have a master's of education program and a master's of business administration, which is another reason that business is actually also a very popular program. So those are some of our most popular programs at the moment, but of course we have 60 plus majors, minors, areas of study. We have some partnerships with some post-professional schools as well. So if you're interested in going into medical school, law school, pharmacy school, we have, some assistance for you to get that foot in the door. So that's something that a lot of our students take advantage of. We have a lot going on our campus as well. So whether you're on campus or off campus, you are going to be able to take advantage of over 150 clubs and organizations, although that's really closer to 170 now. So we grow every single year with clubs and organizations. We have service-based orgs. A lot of our students do service, and we have a lot of service kind of clubs on our campus, whether that's training dogs or kind of volunteering in the local community. We also have performance art-based clubs, club sports, as well as varsity sports. So if you are interested in playing sports at Mary Washington, we are a Division III school, except for our rugby team, which competes at a Division I level. But other than that, we are D3, and our kind of coaches know that you're a student first as well as an athlete, and that's something they consider. And kind of treat you accordingly. We also have a lot of different study abroad programs, whether that's for a summer or you want to go for an entire semester and actually, do that full exchange process. We do have a program where you can actually pay the same as if you're studying in Fredericksburg, Virginia, but you're studying in another country. So that's an incredible exchange opportunity. We have a lot of our students, because of our campus community, choosing to live on campus. So about 55% of our students are residential. We have 17 different residence halls to choose from, and we have really cool historic dorms. Some people even claim are haunted. Of course, I've never had any interactions with that, but there are so many kind of cool historic dorms on our campus that you really can get to take advantage of and love. We also have 2 different apartment style complexes. So if you want something a little bit more modern, a little bit more kind of space for cooking and all of those things, we do have apartment style living as well. We also have a LGBTQ specific hall. So if you want kind of a more gender inclusive space, that's something that we have available for students as well. So that's kind of a little bit about housing and our campus life. We have a lot of different things going on our campus that keep it lively. So I really recommend checking out some of our events and coming to visit whenever you're able to. We are currently open for campus tours and virtual tours. So even if you're not comfortable coming physically to campus, of course, we have virtual opportunities for you, but we are still conducting in-person tours. We have a lot of different financial aid that goes to support our students. So you can see how much we give every single year here. We also have some deadlines coming up. So you can see our early decision and early action regular decision deadlines. If you have any questions about applications, please feel free to reach out to me, or any questions about scholarships. We award scholarships to almost all of our students, and we do evaluate you based on your application right away. So you'll already get some kind of merit scholarships right when you open your offer letter. We also have a one-time scholarship opportunity for students who do a virtual interview with us. It takes about 20 minutes, and you'll get a free $2,000 just for completing that interview towards your tuition. So I really, really recommend that every student come and sit down for a virtual interview. And that is kind of most of what I wanted to cover today. I'll leave up this information so you can reach out to me if you do have any questions. I'm always happy to talk about Mary Washington and to kind of help make Mary Washington possible for you. So thanks so much for your time today.
Thank you so much, Olivia. We are going to move on to our second university, and that is Texas Tech.
Perfect. Thank y'all for having me today. My name is Taylor Chilcott. I'm a lead admissions counselor with Texas Tech University, and I kind of just want to talk a little bit about my institution here for you. If you're not familiar with Texas Tech, we're a large public university. We're a Tier 1 research institution as well, located in Lubbock, Texas. We're about the 5th largest public school in the state of Texas at 40,000 students, and we have a 20-to-1 student to teacher ratio. That doesn't mean you're going to have totally always small classes. We are a major university, so we are going to have some larger classes. But once you get into your major specific classes, you are going to see those numbers anywhere from max about 49 down to my largest class was 6 when I was a student at Tech. So you're going to get that hands-on institution, kind of that hands-on small school feel. Some of our recognition about Texas Tech here over the last couple of years, we are a top public university by U.S. News World Reports, and we're number 72 on Forbes Best Value list. So that's one of the ones we're really proud of, is where the cost of education has kind of grown. We're really trying to make sure that we keep that affordable for our students in-state and out-of-state, and I'll show some resources for our out-of-state students. We're a diversity champion. Over 29% of our students are Hispanic on campus, so we are a Hispanic serving institution. That's something really important to Texas Tech, as we are trying to grow as a model for the state of Texas, trying to represent those students in Texas, but what we see nationally as well. And we're one of only 2 5-star Pride premier campuses by the Pride Index, from Campus Pride Index. We're one of only 2 in the state of Texas. We're really proud about that, as we're very inclusive for our LGBTQIA populations at Texas Tech. If you're not familiar with where Lubbock, Texas is, this will kind of give you an idea. I know a lot of students when I meet from out of state are like, Taylor, where's Lubbock? I know Dallas, Fort Worth, Houston. Well, if you can get to those cities, you can get to Lubbock. We have connecting flights from DFW here in the Dallas area, or from Houston, Austin, that will get you there. It's over 250,000 residents in our city. So it is a college town, but it's still a major city as well, in terms of it has all of the things that the big cities have, just at a smaller scale. Like I said, with the international airport there, if you can get to the major cities, you can fly and connect into Lubbock. If you want to drive, if you fly into the Dallas area, it's about a 5-hour drive. from Dallas. We are kind of not a suitcase campus. We have over 19 residence halls. We'll talk about over 78% of our students actually come from over 300 miles away. So a lot of that 78 is still inside the state of Texas, but you do have a population that's traveling from a pretty good distance away to go to college, which makes kind of Texas Tech unique for some of the public schools in the state of Texas. So I want to talk a little bit about the university itself. We have 10 academic colleges on our main campus with over 150 majors and minors to choose from. We do have the Texas Tech School of Law on our main campus, as well as the Texas Tech Health Sciences Center, a comprehensive medical center that is connected actually to a level 1 trauma unit that is located on our 1,800-acre campus. We are the second largest continuous campus in North America, so we have a lot of space to spread out on our main campus. Starting next year, we're actually going to be the first vet school in the state of Texas in over 100 years, as we're going to be opening up the Texas Tech School of Veterinary Medicine. So we're really excited to be able to offer that to all of the opportunities that we have at Texas Tech, which is really exciting for the state of Texas. Where we're at in West Texas, it is very cattle driven. There are a lot of cows out our direction. So the need for vets is a huge, huge thing for us. As a community itself on campus, we have over 550 student organizations. All of our new first-time students are required to live on campus. So we have over 19 different residence halls for our students to choose from. We have about 8,000 students that end up living on campus every year. That includes all the new first-time students, as well as some returning students that do choose to live on campus after their first year, 30 plus dining venues. Nothing that's, those are the things that you're going to see at all the major universities. You're going to see all the food options and things like that. Texas Tech is just like that. We do have our rec center on our campus, which actually includes the first lazy river on a college campus. It's now since been duplicated elsewhere, but we were the first to do it, which is a really cool opportunity. When I was a student, we didn't actually have that lazy river. I helped pay for it. So if you do go to Texas Tech, please utilize that because it looks like it's a lot of fun. We are in the Division I Big 12 conference. We were actually national runners up in basketball recently, most recently last Final Four. We actually lost to Virginia. So some of y'all may be familiar with that, but we're really excited to have that. We have Division I football, baseball, and other opportunities as well. So for our students, this is everything that we need to apply. We have two websites that you can find our application on. We're on Apply Texas or on the Common App this year. And next year, if you're a junior, we will also be on Coalition. We have a $75 application fee. We do need your high school transcript, and then SAT or ACT scores are optional for our students this year. So that's really exciting to provide that access and opportunity to our students kind of moving forward. We use a class rank and test score system for our assured admissions. So if you are applying with a test score, you will be looked at by your class rank and test score. That is a Texas thing. You'll see that with a lot of Texas public schools. If you do not meet those requirements or you are going test optional, it will be a full holistic review of your application that you submit to Texas Tech, including optional but recommended essays and letters of recommendation. I want to talk tuition really quickly. So my non-resident tuition is $39,426. That includes the tuition and fees, room and board, and then the estimated costs. So one last thing I want to leave you while you're looking at that, if you receive over $1,000 in competitive scholarships to Texas Tech, we will waive the out-of-state tuition and fees, and you'll receive in-state tuition. So $1,000 can get you in-state tuition. That is all I have for you. If you have any questions, feel free to reach out. My name is Taylor, and I look forward to working with you in the future. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Taylor. Next up, we have UNC Wilmington.
All right, hello everyone. Welcome to the session. My name is Tanisha Young, and I am a freshman admissions counselor here at the University of North Carolina, Wilmington. I'm also a double alum, so I'm a Seahawk through and through, and I love sharing information about UNCW to hopefully bring in some future Seahawks. For those who may not be familiar, we are a part of the UNC school system that has 17 individual institutions, all separate on their own, so they have their own admissions review process. Each of them are different in sizes and what they offer regarding majors. We are located here in Wilmington, North Carolina. You can see here on the map, we are about 2 hours from our state capital, Raleigh, North Carolina, We are about a 4-hour drive for the Richmond area. We do have an international airport just 15 minutes from our campus location, so it's very easy for our students to go back home if they're coming from outside the state of North Carolina and don't want to bother with driving. A little bit about Wilmington, North Carolina. We are considered a coastal beach town, so we are North Carolina's coastal university. We have 3 beach communities: Wrightsville Beach, Carolina Beach, and Curry Beach. Wrightsville Beach is the closest to our campus location, just being a 15-minute drive. So our students really get to utilize having the beach in their backyard if they want to go and study on the beach after class or get involved in some of those different water activities like stand-up paddleboarding, surfing, kayaking. And then we also have our beautiful historic downtown riverfront area that is located right here. You can see this photo. So it has over hundreds of different shops, restaurants that are available, particularly local to Wilmington, North Carolina as well, and then a great nighttime life. So a lot of great activities that you can do off campus in the Wilmington community. And we are about 113,000 residents in Wilmington, making us the 8th largest city in the state of North Carolina. So a little bit about our institution. At UNCW, we are about mid-size to large. We have just under 18,000 total students. Our undergraduate population of that is about 14,650. So we do have the opportunity for students to get engaged in any of our academic programs. We offer 56 majors here at the institution, additionally 36 master's degrees and 4 doctoral degree programs. Here on the next page, you can see a couple of different photos of our campus. We are offering campus tours now up until November 20th, and we may have some availability in December. So if you haven't had the opportunity to come visit campus, we definitely welcome you to do so. You can sign up for a campus tour on our admissions website. But here are just a couple photos to give you a little bit of a glimpse of what our campus looks like. In regards to our academics, our students who are applying to the institution, we are major blind for admission. So you will not be applying into a direct program or major when you apply to the institution. All of our students don't declare their major until they are a sophomore. So that freshman year is really dedicated to helping you explore different academic coursework and helping you solidify what major and career pathway you want to go into. As you can see here, we do have 4 academic units. We have our College of Health and Human Services that houses our School of Nursing, which is our competitive program, our School of Health and Applied Human Services, so it includes our recreational therapy, public education, public health, and then our School of Social Work. We have our Watson College of Education, everything from education of young childhood, so birth to pre-K, all the way up to secondary, as well as special education. Our largest academic unit is our College of Arts and Sciences. We have a couple new programs within that. Coastal Engineering has our marine biology program. As I mentioned, we are North Carolina's coastal university, so we have marine biology all the way up to the PhD level, oceanography. All of our humanities, arts, and sciences are located within that. And then we have our Cameron School of Business, which is ranked within the top 30% of business schools in the nation, and there's 13 different concentrations within that degree program. Again, a couple additional images to showcase our campus beauty. At UNCW, our focus starts at the student and ends with the student. So our students here at UNCW have the opportunity to be engaged in applied learning, and that can mean various different things, specifically research and discovery. So working with our Center for Marine Science, which is a full private research facility that our students get to utilize. Our psychology students get to work with our new assessment clinic that's been open in our Wilmington community. If you want to immerse yourself in a different culture, we have over 1,000 programs in over 50 different countries in our education abroad. So you can study as little as 1 week during spring break or up to 2 full academic years with our dual degree international program with our Cameron School of Business. And then internships, which is very important. A lot of our majors do require that you have an internship or practicum in order to graduate. So in most cases, you are guaranteed that hands-on experience that's going to make you really competitive when you're entering into the workforce or applying to grad schools. And if you aren't having a mandatory requirement within your major, you can always connect with our Career Center. We do have an online job and internship portal that our students get to utilize. And regarding to our academic profile, we do have more of a private school feel within the academic classroom. So average class size is 27. We have a student to faculty ratio 18:1. A point of pride that we always like to highlight is that 75% of our graduates will work full-time 6 months post-graduation. And then 14% on top of that will go to a full-time graduate level program. So our students are having the steps that are needed in order for them to be successful with taking that next step. At UNCW, we do offer over 250 clubs and organizations ranging from Greek life, religious affiliated groups, career pathway organizations. So a lot of great hands-on opportunities for you to get involved. In regards to our athletics, we are a Division I institution. We are a part of the Colonial Athletic Association. And one little highlight I like to brag about now is that our students one of our alum is now an NBA champion. So a lot of great opportunities. He was drafted by the Lakers. A great opportunity for our students to showcase that Seahawks spirit. And then lastly, if you have any questions or concerns regarding our admissions criteria, please feel free to reach out to us directly via email. I am the direct admissions counselor for the Mid-Atlantic, so you're more than welcome to reach out to me as well. And we can set up a one-on-one appointment to review our different admissions criteria here at the institution. So I appreciate you listening to me, and I hope you all have a great day, and feel free to reach out via the Q&A function. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Next, we're going to head up north a little bit and go to Rutgers.
So good morning from New Brunswick, New Jersey. I'm Brenda Snyder, and I am also an alum. So we seem to have quite the pattern of Rutgers University in New Brunswick. So I work in Virginia and surrounding states, and there you can see my email. So just some important things for you to see about Rutgers University. The only one I'm going to talk to you about, because the others are self-explanatory, is the big. If you're not familiar, Rutgers is part of the Big Ten. There are 15 universities in the Big Ten. 14 of us compete athletically. Rutgers has 24 Division I sports in the Big Ten. We bring in the 15th school, which is University of Chicago, and we have a wonderful academic consortium. One of the things that does for our students is it gives us the opportunity to share programs, to share research, and to share travel abroad. Rutgers itself has 180 travel abroad programs in 50 different countries, and they can be anywhere from a full academic year, one semester, a summer, or winter and spring break. Where are we? Everybody's been showing a map. So here we are in central New Jersey. So as you can see from Washington, D.C., we are about a 4-hour drive. However, we do have the Amtrak right on our campus. So that train that leaves Union Station in D.C. goes all the way to Boston and stops off at us in New Brunswick. Our students use it primarily to go back and forth to New York and Philadelphia. And they're using that for things like internships, jobs, and of course, Broadway, museums, etc. So a lot of back and forth to New York and some to Philadelphia. The other thing that's very important about our location is jobs. We are in the middle of the pharmaceutical and biochemical area. So right adjacent to our campus, and I mean adjacent, across the street, is the world headquarters of Johnson & Johnson. Within a block or two off our campus is Bristol-Myers Squibb. And a short bike ride away or car ride away is Colgate-Palmolive. A little bit further is L'Oreal, and a train ride will get you to Merck in about 10 minutes. So our students take advantage of all those opportunities. 65% of our students do research and then go on to internships in their junior and senior year. This is what we look like. We are a very diverse campus with our students, but we're also a diverse campus with our buildings, and you can see our College Avenue campus down here at the bottom. We are the 8th oldest school in the country. We're 253 years old. So we do have buildings that date back to the 1800s, and we have brand new buildings like the one you see above here. You can see we are non-contiguous, a big word for early this morning. However, each one of our campuses has housing and dining and gyms, etc. The Bush campus and Livingston campus are quite suburban. Bush is the home to our STEM programs, Livingston, the business school. College Avenue is the liberal part of liberal arts and the nurses, because on this part of our campus, we are adjacent to 2 teaching hospitals. So it's great for our nurses. They can run back and forth. Our train station is that yellow dot hopefully you can see, and it is next to our bookstore, which is a Barnes & Noble, like everybody else's. Going through downtown from College Avenue to Cook Douglas, we have a lot of restaurants. There are a lot of ethnic restaurants, and of course it is New Jersey, so there is pizza. We have our banks, our CVS equivalent, all of our stores are downtown, and we also have a mini Theater district, we are off Broadway. So you can see Broadway shows for a whole lot less money in downtown New Brunswick. One of those buildings also supports our conservatory, and I'll pick up on that in a minute. Coming over to Cook Douglas, the far bottom piece is Cook College, and that is our School of Environmental Sciences, Food Science, Ag Science, Marine Biology. We are 40 minutes from the beach. We also have a farm here, gardens and forest. We also offer what I think is great meteorology. We have our own Doppler. Douglas Residential College is a program for women, run by women, is an opportunity for young women to live in an all-female environment, develop a lot of learning and living learning communities. And last but not least is our small school, Mason Gross School of the Arts. This school is a Bachelor of Fine Arts program for students who want to do dance, music, theater, graphic design, and film. We have our own bus system that runs around this campus. It runs pretty much 24/7. It runs every 3 minutes during the academic day, every half hour nights and weekends. Okay, so some photos. You can see what our students look like. These are one of the best jobs on campus. They get paid to give tours. There are Scarlet Ambassadors. You can see we are 36,000 students. We have 24 Division I sports, 750 student organizations, which of course includes our sports programs, our academic programs, and our community service programs. Our biggest community service is down here. This is our dance marathon, where we've been raising over $1 million every year, even last year during the pandemic. We have 80 plus fraternities and sororities. We are about 30% Greek. All right, when you apply to Rutgers, you do apply directly to a program. So the School of Pharmacy and the School of Nursing, of course, tell you what they are because it's the only major. Our School of Pharmacy is a 6-year PharmD program. Our School of Nursing is a 4-year program for nurses. Engineering and business, you have 1 year to make up your mind. Engineering has 10 programs, business has 6. School of Arts and Sciences and Biological Sciences give you 2 years to decide. All right, we're running out of time, so I'm going to get to my last page, maybe. Okay, programs, let's keep going. There we go. Okay, you can apply to Rutgers via the coalition or the Rutgers app. We are test optional this year. We are also self-reporting school, so you will be putting your grades and your courses by yourself into the application. Please do not send us a transcript, and we do not take letters of recommendation. So it's academics, it's what you're doing during the school year as well as your essay. Thank you very much. Please contact me with your questions.
Thank you very much. We're going to move on to our last university for the day, and that is Hollins University.
Good afternoon. My name is Madeline Aliff. I'm the Director of Recruitment here at Hollins University. Excited to chat with you all this afternoon or morning. So Hollins University, we are located in Roanoke, Virginia. So Southwest Virginia, we are in the Blue Ridge Mountains. We're only about 15 minutes from downtown Roanoke, about 10 minutes from the mall and the airport, but we're nestled on this beautiful little campus. So I'm going to give you a quick overview. We were founded in 1842. We are the oldest women's college in Virginia. So we are a smaller, private, all-women's institution, under 1,000 students. So much different than some of the other colleges chatting today. Our average class size is 11. So you'll absolutely get to know your professors and the students around you. Being a liberal arts institution, you'll find over 30 different majors. I love the fact that English and biology are our top 2 most popular majors. Coming soon behind those is business and psychology and art. Hollins is known for its renowned creative writing program, but with STEM, especially women in STEM, the biology program has been growing every single year, so it's been wonderful. We do have 9 Division III athletic sports as well as an equestrian team, so there is a barn on campus if any interest in riding. Although a smaller institution, we are a diverse community. About 35% of our students identify as students of color or Hispanic Latinx. Not all of our students come from Virginia either. Almost half of our students come from out of state, and we do have quite a robust international population as well, representing about 20 countries. So again, despite our small size, you'll find a diverse community here at Hollins. Again, when it comes to clubs and organizations, I just wanted to show a handful of opportunities here. There's definitely a handful of affinity groups, as well as special interests or academics and athletics. Again, no matter what you're involved in, we see each year students bring new ideas, and so new clubs are always starting, but also growing some things and skills that you might already have back at home. And so again, we find a very active student body here. With that, our Student Government Association is one that our students really love to lead. And so there's actually over 80 different leadership positions on campus. You'll see here some cabinet positions, everything from the Hollins Activity Board, which I love. Our students actually have the opportunity to plan all of the events. So they're allotted an amount of money, and then they get to choose what they want to use that money for. So again, SGA is really big on our campus. Our students really love to lead. And so we find that that's something that our students are really involved in. We know that academics is important, but we also know experiential learning and being outside of the classroom is just as important. We have a Rutgers Center, which houses study abroad, research, and internships. Our students are actually having these opportunities at their first year. And so again, sometimes you don't see this until junior, senior year, or even at the graduate level. But our students are being published at the undergraduate level for some of their research, getting to go to different conferences. When it comes to internships, we actually have a January term. So a fall term and a spring term, and then right in the middle is our J term. Our students get to do a full-time internship during that opportunity, during that time. And so we see students definitely in hubs, Washington, D.C., New York City, down in Atlanta, all over the world. And so, of course, with COVID, things are looking slightly different this year. But in general, that's kind of what our J term looks like. And again, we do have a certificate in leadership studies. So we have our Baton Leadership Institute that can be coupled with any major or minor. And then of course the community engagement. Here within the Roanoke Valley, our students are very involved. I love to give back. And so again, we find our students very involved, certainly outside of the classroom as well. Here's just a handful of accolades. The Princeton Review has named us, I guess in the past probably 3 or 4 years, in the top 10 most politically active student bodies. You'll find, I think a big part of that is being a women's institution. Our young women feel really safe on campus. I love the fact that they feel comfortable voicing their opinions. Social justice is really big on campus, and so I really love that aspect, especially with everything going on this year. It's great to have a safe place to be able to voice those things. Of course, there's a handful of others. Best Alumni Network. Our alumni are very engaged, as you can imagine, a big piece of that being a women's college as well. Theater, internships. So again, I thought those were helpful to kind of see as well. For the application, it is free to apply on the Common App. We also have our own application. We have no preference. As you've been hearing, test scores are optional this year. It's likely that they'll continue to be optional. Again, transcripts, you can send an unofficial copy of those as well, and then either a letter of recommendation in the secondary school report. We do look at the application holistically. So it's really important to us to see you as a human, as a person. And so we read your essay, we look at your letters of recommendation, your involvement on campus and things like that. So just know when we get that application, we really do review the whole thing. And of course, money is very important. We are committed to affordability. For all of our students that are admitted, you receive at least a $24,000 scholarship. For my Virginia students, the minimum is actually $27,000, so that's a great start. You'll see here our average award amount last year was almost $37,000, which is about covering tuition. So we really do work with each family. Of course, the FAFSA is something that's available now to all students as of October 1st for those seniors. So we really do work with you when it comes to the financial piece. Just feel free to reach out with those questions or any concerns as well. Finally, I just want to encourage you all to attend some of our other virtual events. I know this is a quick 6 minutes, so you don't really get a lot out of it. We do have some student panels that we host. We have overviews. We offer parent and guardian sessions. These are offered throughout every single week. So there's about 3 or 4 sessions every week. And so I'm hopeful, of course, that you all can check those out. We do offer campus tours as well. So we are open for in-person tours Monday through Saturday. And we offer a $500 visit scholarship just by coming and visiting. So it's a great way to get a sense of the community. But we know virtual life is definitely something you can do a little bit easier from home. Finally, again, here's my contact information. I definitely recommend checking out the Hollins Admission Instagram, and of course YouTube has a ton of different opportunities to see inside of dorms and things like that as well. So I appreciate you all chatting with us, and talk to you soon.
Thank you very much, and thank you students for attending today, and thank you to all of our wonderful representatives. I have one last, some parting words for you guys. Hopefully it'll work. Oh, we're going the wrong way. So thank you again for joining us, students. When you exit out of this window, there will be a quick link for you with 4-question survey. We'd really appreciate any feedback you can provide. This is just one of many sessions being hosted, so please be sure to sign up for additional sessions at strivescan.com/Virginia. And in about a week, you'll be able to find this session's recording as well as all the other sessions recordings at that same website. So thank you again. Please don't hesitate to reach out to our admissions reps at any point for anything you need. And thank you, reps. I hope everyone has a wonderful day.